Okay, I don't know what that means. Apparently,
Recording in
there's a new
progress.
AI thing happening now too. I don't know what that's all about. An AI companion that's supposed to help me. So anyway, hello everybody.
Hello.
We are getting organized. So good to see all of you. And I am going to just do a couple of announcements first and then get us right into our training. So I thought I would show you some of those announcements first, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I will grab the screen. If you have any questions as we're going, just let me know. All right. I'm just going directly to our Crowning Lovelies group so I can show you. Oh dear, come here. All right. So there we go. Thank you for those of you who came to San Antonio with me, and also Amy Main. It's so fun to get to meet you in person. That was
Yes,
just the
it was
best.
great.
So thank you so much for doing that. Just meant the world to me to get to see you.
Me too.
Um, aw. So here are some of the promos going on. And honestly, anyone who orders 225 wholesale by the end of the month, I'm sending a sticker pack because I know sometimes we have the one that's like for 350, which is halfway to earning the prize from the company. But I just want you to know how important you are, and every single order helps. So that's why I'm doing it this way right now. So, and you may see things popping up here from my family, but oh well. So that's what that is. So congratulations. Many of you have already earned the little sticker pack here. Everybody can see this so far?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so and another thing, this month you can earn the Spring Buzz Kit, which I actually just had come in the mail while I was gone, and I opened it today, and it's very exciting. So I think it's the 26th of this month that I can order those things to show you. So I will be demoing those as well, so you can kind of take a look closer to the end of the month at what it is that you're going to be earning. But yeah, for every 450 wholesale, I'll send you, it says a stack of winter lookbooks, but it's supposed to be spring lookbooks. Because I'm sure you already have winter lookbooks. So, and then at 650 wholesale, you'll get a full-size product, 850, two full-size products. And then if you want to earn the whole everything, it's 1800 wholesale. So let's do it. I want to give you guys the top secret goodies. It's really hard not to share because they gave us some of those at leadership too. So, but I'm not supposed to share. So, and
Oh,
this little, it says Earn Your Spring Buzz Kit. Oh my, keep popping up. So this is just a way to kind of track your way there. Now, obviously, if you sell like 25 eyeshadows, I mean, it might not quite get you to 450 wholesale, but just kind of a fun way to track your way there. If that's helpful for you, feel free to use it. If it's just another extra thing, don't worry about it. So, either way, I'm going to be able to see where you're at by the end of the month. But Georgie did see one thing that was like a little bit of an error where it says the 3 full-size products kind of towards the top. Um, it says 1,000 wholesale. I can honor that. If you get to 1,000 wholesale, I will definitely send you 3 full-size products as opposed to this other page here where it says 1,200. So I'm happy to give you goodies. And if you get to 1,200, that's incredible. So you've earned those, not a problem. I was going to fix it and I thought, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to be excited for our sales. So any questions on that at the moment?
no.
Okay, so these are extra prizes now that the company is giving us as well. You can earn these little garden gloves and the trowel. And you can also, that's at 700 wholesale. And you can also earn this little pretty in pink vanity mirror. So I've never seen them actually give a second prize for getting to that level. So that's kind of exciting. So that's pushing me a little bit to go a little higher. And then, so that's that. And then I've shown you a little bit about our 100 shares in 100 days of 100 shares. I guess it says 100 days. For me, it's just whenever we get to 100 shares. I would like to give this away to one unit member and then a customer as well. So a little sunshine gift, all kinds of little goodies in here. So
Okay.
yeah, not to mention a couple of purses as well that I have to add on here, but so we've got lots of reasons to share. So eventually I'll add these, and I think we're at about 15 at the moment, so that's pretty good. And okay, so I'm just going to kind of go past these. And then this is happening on Thursdays. We're going to do this actually for the next 6 months. It's our happy hour for your skin. And so, oh, yay, Amy made it to the waiting room. Yay. Okay. Where'd I go? Can you still see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So Cindy, myself, Melanie, and actually we have a $1 million sales director. Her name's Nikki McDaniel. You may have heard of her. She's actually going to be joining us for these skincare sessions. And so they decided to name it Happy Hour for Your Skin. And so this week it'll be Cindy, and next week it'll be me, and then the last week will be Nikki. And we're just going to be sharing how to use, I think last week was the Time Wise Miracle set and then one supplement to go with it. So this is a really great opportunity for you to invite guests to this Zoom. And then you can win an Amazon gift card or a Starbucks gift card as well, so everybody's name goes in the pool. So if you invite your customers, they get into it as well as you do too. So by being there, you're just kind of learning and growing from there. So we thought it's kind of nice to be able to teach each other what to do if you're in real life, wanting to share how to use the products as opposed to just like doing a Facebook party. This way you can kind of see it in action. And then also share about the opportunity towards the end as well. So that is our plan. And we may do some glamour things and switch it up, but we're planning to do it for the next 6 months. So hopefully, if it's not a good night for you, we can plan something different and we'll take feedback because we want everybody to be able to plug into something. So just let me know if that's the case for you too, and we'll see what we can do. Okay? All
Yes.
right. Thank you. Okay, I think that's all I have on there, so I'll stop my share. Okay. Woohoo! Yay, Amy, you found us. I'm so glad. I'm
Did.
sorry for the rigmarole. Apparently I did something strange. Oh, small group on Thursdays. I see that. Okay. Well, that is good to know. Now, if for any reason you can't make it on Thursday nights, that is fine. You can still invite your customers. And then I think we can record these too. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, but I'll find out because then it's nice for you as a consultant to be able to go back and kind of take a look and see, oh, Marianne bowls on Thursdays too. Okay, so we might need to try something else. I have some other ideas in mind actually about this that could be really helpful, but I'm still working out the kinks. It would basically be one of those, you have a link, it's a pre-recorded, it would be from me, it'd be a pre-recorded session, like a skincare session. And then each day they have different options to pick from. And they choose that option. And when it's about the time for them to go on, then they can watch this pre-recorded link that we used to be able to do all kinds of ways with, like streaming into different parties and stuff, but we can't. So anyway, they watch the pre-recorded link, and then from there, they let you know that they saw it and answer certain questions. And then if there's something they want to purchase, then they connect with you that way. And then you don't have to be on it. You just have to be available. And you can definitely watch it if you'd like to. Like I saw one that was, it was on the seasons of just different makeup, and it was brilliant. Like it has a chat down below, like you'd do if you were watching a live YouTube video, where you can say, "Oh, I'm so excited, and this is my consultant," and so I'm looking into that option as well, so that you could potentially have it available anytime for a consultant or your customers to hop into. And I think there's like 6 options per day. So then hopefully that would take away the problem of schedules and stuff like that. So stay tuned. It's in the works. I met a lady on the plane who's $1 million sales director, and she shared it with me, and it was incredible. So I thought we should use that. So anyway, yes. Any questions before we dig into this, the first training here? Okay. Well, we can always ask afterwards or
nope.
whatever. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, I'll just share my screen. There'll be, I think the video, I'm trying to remember. It's from the very first day. So I'll show you my little handy dandy boss babe. Whoa, things are falling. It's week 1 here. I just kind of went through a couple of pages. Week 1, and it says, your boss babe, NSD Trailblazer for this week, and her name is Linda Tupin. She's a national sales director that has already retired. So I think they call it emeriti whenever that happens, or emeritus. So Linda Tupin, I think it's Toupin. And so then you can just take notes on her story. That's what I'm doing here in the little notes. And she's going to give us a little homework for the week to help us with our business. So why is she blazing a new trail? What's her inspiration? I'm not sure if she shares a lot on that. What changed in her business because she blazed a new trail? How does her story inspire you, and what's your biggest takeaway, and some key things you want to remember? So those are just some of the questions you could be listening while we do that. And then there is an area right afterwards. If you want to do this, you are welcome to. But if it's just one more thing, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's just being a trailblazer for your business, and you can keep track of different things you did. So like if you're attending the meeting tonight, you'd get to give yourself 20 points on here because you already did that. So yeah, so there's all kinds of different things we can look at that after a bit, but I thought I'd just share the video so we can start listening to Linda Tupin tell us her story. Is everybody ready to go? All right, thank you. I will go find her. She's real cute. I think, I can't remember, Kentucky. She's got a really fun accent. I'll share my audio. Where'd she go? Okay. And okay, boss babes. Alrighty. Okay, here she is. Let me know if you cannot hear her.
Well, hello, everyone. This is National Sales Director Emerita Linda Tupin. I am sitting here in Lexington.
Can you hear her?
Yes.
Okay, I will not talk then. All right, thanks.
Kentucky today, just a few weeks prior to Christmas, and I am excited to be your first Trailblazer teacher. Now, I understand your theme this year is Blaze a New Trail, and I'm going to take that literally. And I first want to start, and I'm sure you want to start by sending a lot of love to Karen. Not everyone who signed a Mary Kay beauty agreement got that level of leadership. Not everyone got a Karen. Not everyone got a program like this available to them. So be sure you send a lot of love to Karen. She probably had to remind me 3 times that this was a video and not a boxer, and which meant I had to get dressed and get cute in order to do it. So anyway, it takes a lot of work to put a program like this together. So you all need to send a lot of love to Karen. Well, today, as your beginning teacher and part of your first homework assignment, we're literally going to physically blaze a trail. We're going to talk about physically, where do you build your business? If you want to choose a word for 2025, why don't you consider the word intentional? I tend to think more like a man than a woman. I look at logic and statistics, and I look at the big picture. In fact, it said that there will be on my tombstone a bell curve and a hierarchy because I look at things in that prism. And so when we talk about you literally blazing a trail, we're going to decide today, where are you going to build your business? Be very intentional about where you're going to build it. Now, in 2025, you obviously can build anywhere in the world. And there is great value in building everywhere. And because we have platforms now that reach 1 billion people, you can certainly reach 1 billion people. However, when it comes to the hierarchy of best, better, the best, the worst, etc., at the very top of that hierarchy is in person. Now, if you cannot get with a person in person, face to face, then obviously what I'm doing with you right now is the next best thing,
Oops.
which
Sorry.
is virtual, which is a Zoom, which is FaceTime, etc. So is it as good as if I was sitting across the table from you where I could reach out and touch you? No, it's not as good, but it's not bad. So when we think about where are you going to find your customers, where are you going to build customers, we're going to go back to how I did it. And obviously I did it before internet. Obviously I did it when we had to do face-to-face. This was not available to us. But I found out after about a decade or so that there was a pattern to my behavior that I could teach other people. I had small children. If I did nighttime appointments, I had to be able to pick them up from school, and I had to get supper started, and then I could go do my appointment, and then I could come home, etc. And I noticed that I was driving in a geographic circle from my physical location that made it possible for me as a young mom to do this. And then I began to realize how many hundreds of thousands of people lived in that geographic circle. So your first assignment for me today is you're going to do what I've done here on this piece of paper. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to draw a circle, okay, that looks like that. Doesn't have to be cute. Then I want you to put where you live in the center of the circle. So I would put the word Lexington, Kentucky. Now, if you're from a big city, let's say you're from LA or Chicago or New York, that's fine. Your big city is a big city, but there's lots of suburbs and lots of places inside that circle that we're going to be working. All right, so the next thing that you need to do with your circle is then you want to label it north and east and west and south, as if it was a compass. Okay. Now, the first question you're going to ask yourself is, how far are you physically willing to drive or take a bus or ever how you travel where you live to go do an appointment? All right. Be intentional. How far are you comfortable driving? And I'm going to assume that most of you on here, just to pick a number, would probably be willing to drive an hour to pick up a new customer and her family and begin to build a geographic area, because that's what we're going to do. We're literally going to go to different places and start building geographic areas for your Mary Kay business. Now, for me, I literally went through here, and 1 hour from me, northwest is Louisville, Kentucky. There's probably 10 pretty good sized little towns in that hour. I'm going to go north. That's Cincinnati, Ohio. Again, there's probably 4 or 5 pretty good little towns in there. I'm going to go south about 1.5 hours, and I'm going to pick up where I was raised. I'm going to pick up probably 10 more little bitty tiny towns down here. And then if I go about 1.5 hours to 2 hours east, I am over in Huntington, West Virginia. Now, when I look at the Census Bureau and I can figure out how many people live there, there's easily 1 million people who live within an hour's drive of me. There are diamonds in your backyard. There are literally tens of thousands of people probably that live within most of you all 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So sometimes we're like over here in Timbuktu looking for somebody when they're really right there in front of you. Okay, so you've decided how many minutes you're willing to drive, and then identify, if you go northeast, south, and west, where would those towns be? Now, once we have that, what you're going to do is, in your mind's eye, you have to see the finished product before you start. I want you to see yourself building pockets of customers and hostesses and potential team members in about 10 or 20 of those geographic locations. All right. Now, how are you going to decide which one of those geographic locations that hit within this circle that you're going to build? Well, it's obviously going to be who you know. Hopefully by now you have a prospect list of 150 people. That's called your pretend wedding list. That's how many people are invited to the average church wedding in America. Look up the statistic. And they all know your name. They might know you personally, but they know your name. So you're going to start there. And then if you can't come up with 150, go over to Facebook and write down the 300 or 400 friends that you have over there, because you know 150 people that know your name. And so we're going to start with those people. Look at your Christmas card list. Look in your church directory. You're going to compile a massive list of people. And then we're going to decide where those people live. So let's just say, for example, I am intentionally wanting to build in Berea, Kentucky. It's about 30 minutes from me. It's a college town. It's kind of a real cool little hippy dippy. It's got its hippy dippy, and then it's got its hillbilly side, and it's got its redneck side. It's a great town. Now, why am I a big proponent of going out into smaller little communities like that? Is because you don't have a lot of competition. There's not a Dillard's and a Sephora on every corner. And so people tend to be a lot more loyal in those geographic areas. Now, that's not to say if you live in a big city that people aren't loyal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying traditionally, when the further out you go in these little bitty communities, you'll find people who are you don't have as much competition, and they're going to be much more open to you coming to their home. So we've got our circle, we know our towns, we've got our list, and we've identified our people. So how do you intentionally then decide, how do I get into those towns? Well, we've got to identify the people who live there. And then I want you, as you look at your identification list, okay, I know 5 people that live over here. I maybe know 2 people that live over here. I want you to examine those people for their behavioral style. Who is the gatherer? Who is the person that brings all the food when someone dies? Who is the nurturer in a community, in a church, in a family? Like, that's the girl you want. Okay, it's the girl you want, because she is going to want to help you, because you're literally going to go to these people and you're going to say, hey, I'm really in 2025 looking to build a strong Mary Kay business in Berea, Kentucky. So if that's my given little geographic area, that's one of my towns. And I'm looking for women in this area who obviously would like to help me do that. And I thought about you, and I'm going to make it worth your while. You look through this book, whatever you want in here, as long as you can gather me 5 people who have jobs, pick out something, anything in here, $100, it doesn't matter. It's yours. In other words, I'm going to play Monty Hall, and we're going to play Let's Make a Deal. But remember, I'm very selective about who I ask, because I'm going to ask the person who already knows a lot of people. She's a gatherer, she's a nurturer, and she wants to help people. That is a certain behavioral style. And so that is the person I'm going to target. Now, if she says, no, I'm not really interested in it, that's fine. You thank her for that, offer her a little lip gloss or something even for considering it, and then move on to the next person. But don't get caught up in your nose. All right. So once I have, and guys, you're not looking for 1,000 people. You're looking for one good family in each of these towns. Because here's what I know about all these little geographic locations that you're going to build. Once someone loves the product and loves you, they naturally, organically want to share with you. If you find you are constantly trying to get business, trying to get a party, trying to get a recruit, it's not organic. You've got to back up a step, because if it's fun, if you're a comfortable person to be around, and you're genuinely curious about other people, and I know my topic is not people skills, but when you're sitting with someone, just practice this. This is another good thing for your homework. Why don't you just practice? The next time you're in a group, be the listener. Ask curious questions about the person. If you were facialing me, and you were just genuinely curious about my life and my children and my grandchildren and why do I live on a farm, and you just were curious, I would like you. I just would like you. People today, after COVID, The thing they crave the most is human interaction, to be seen, to be valued, and to be heard. That's all people want. And if I can give you a little look into the future is AI. It's artificial intelligence. Have you ever called a number and thought, would someone just pick up the phone? If you would just pick up the phone, I could explain what I need and I don't have to go through this menu and talk to a computer. Well, that's only going to get much worse because even Facebook right now is completely controlled by artificial intelligence. You'll never talk to anybody at Facebook, okay? So what will be the most valuable thing to humans in the next decade? Human interaction. Human interaction. That's what we sell. That's what you sell. The product is just a way to have that human interaction. So you have something incredibly valuable, and that is you. And if you feel your people skills could need some improving, which we all do constantly, is learn to listen twice as much as you talk. And when you talk, ask questions and be naturally curious about people. So if you came to my home, you facialed me, you were genuinely curious, I would love your product. Now, if you were really smart, you would show me a lot more product than I could afford. And because I like you, because I trust you, because you told me that I could get it for free, I've already been thinking about my daughter-in-law, Hannah, and my daughter, Katie. And I'm like even thinking my little granddaughter, Ren, she's 10. She probably needs to start using something. Okay. And then I'm thinking about my next door neighbor across the horse field over here named Karen. See, I'm already thinking about those people because I like you. All you have to do is ask me and show me how to get my products for free. And because you're wanting to build here on Paris Pike in Lexington, Kentucky, I'm your girl. Make sure people know they're your girl. They're the person that's going to be responsible for you building Mary Kay in that area. And those customers become groups of customers. And groups of customers then begin to migrate to become consultants. And those consultants then build directors, and directors build national areas. That is how Linda Tupin built one of the largest organizations in the world. I did exactly what I showed you to do. Start with a map and start building. All right, homework is very simple. Draw your map, decide how far you're going to travel, identify the towns, get your 150 pretend wedding list out, start identifying who lives where, and remember to ask them and tell them that they are your girl to help you build in that town, and you're going to make it worth their while, whatever that looks like in your world. And practice your people skills this week. Be a listener. All right, you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and be a trailblazer. Thank you, Karen, for asking.
Isn't she cute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
she's
I will.
great.
I will add these here so you can see them. This is just kind of what she shared with us, but I'll put them in the group here, and I'm gonna unshare the screen. I'm trying to remember how to do that. Come here, stop share. Sorry about that. Okay. Are you still
You
there?
disappeared. Yes.
I hit a button and I was gone, and I just thought, boy, everybody's really quiet. So sorry about that. Okay, just the last thing I want to share, because I know we're almost out, we are over time, is just that you can do the same thing she mentioned virtually as well. It's absolutely fine if you want to do it locally. I think it's great, and that's what I'm striving to do myself. But you can do this virtually. Just think of the people who are your gatherers and your nurturer type people. And they're going to share you as well because they love you already. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding, okay, who's the one that's going to help you? And once you find that person, then it just blossoms. So hopefully that gives you some hope and inspiration. And then as we go, if you choose to do this little trailblazer thing for your business, you can always just send it to me anytime or just ask questions. I don't know all the answers, but I'll try to find out. So, and what kinds of questions do we have before I let you go and blaze a trail? Anyone?
So this action that you've given us, the action sheet, is
Yeah.
that for every week or is that through the whole training?
This is for the whole training. This homework that she gave us is for the whole training, just to start focusing on, because I feel like if there are 7 different homework assignments, one for every single week, that might get to be a little bit much. But if you're just focusing on this one thing, building your, customer base, I mean, it might take a week just to come up with your people. I know that that's a lot of people to think about. So, and then these are just the things on here that says be the trailblazer in your business. These are just different ways that you can get there. But I think it's kind of nice to focus on, okay, who are my key players that are going to help me in my business and go from there. So you can just focus on one thing for 7 weeks. And then just have fun having parties with those people or one-on-ones or however it works for you the best. Does that kind of help, Karen?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, good, because I thought I'm giving you guys too many ideas. So if we could just focus in on one, and I know we've done like the 40 faces binder, we can use that along with this as well. If you have that printed off, you can use that, but otherwise just focus on looking for your pretend wedding list, or maybe you already still have it, or just your whichever list. It doesn't mean you have to get married, obviously, but just who would you invite over to a party that would be your
Leah said I
favorite?
had to go get married.
Oh, but you're already married.
I know.
We're like, yeah, you're stuck with him. He's a keeper. So.
Yes, he is. I
Awesome.
like it. I think it's great. And once we get all these customers, then we have the binder to put them in. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, this
And
is
I
great.
I'll add the video down in our Crowning Lovelies group so you can listen to it again if you want to.
I was just going to ask that because I would take a note and then I'd miss something she said.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll stick it in there for you. And then you can just listen anytime. Just sometimes encouraging to hear from someone else. So yay. Well, I'm
how
so
many
glad.
how many
Yeah.
weeks is this, Leah?
It's a 7-week trail is what it
Okay.
is.
So we'll see a
Yeah.
different video every week and we'll take
Yeah.
notes and
Right. There will be different videos from top sales directors now to some that have already blazed the trail so that we can learn from the best of the best.
okay.
And we'll just take a little note on whatever it is that they're teaching that week. Probably this one here was more of a homework one though, than actually like how is she inspired? I don't know that we heard that as much. So
That was interesting. Yeah, it was definitely some good ideas there.
yeah. Awesome.
I
Okay, well,
have 2 questions real quick.
yeah.
One, Amy Sandler, can I send you a private message because I want to ask you about your hair?
Sure.
And 2, Leah, is that your director jacket?
Oh, this is my director
It
jacket.
looks
Yes.
beautiful. I thought
Let's
so.
see it.
Oh, it looks great with jeans, don't you think?
Yes, it's really
Hold
pretty.
on, I can't see.
Oh,
So do you get a
sorry.
new one every year?
I think it's every 2 years
Okay.
actually is when. So I'm only,
Gorgeous.
It
this is
is.
the first year of it, so I
Mhm.
have another year still to wear it. So yay, thank you.
Nice.
Fun to try on and
Yay.
actually get a
Okay.
good fit. So
Okay, that's all.
I'm dreaming about
Okay.
my jacket.
Oh yes. Which color is it going to be? Is it going to be pink or red?
It's going to be the red, right? That's
Okay,
the first
yes.
one you get when you have 3
Yes.
under you. Mhm.
Yep. We'll get you going then.
I've got one.
Yep. You've got one. That's all it takes. Just keep
Yeah.
on going. That's
Okay.
great. Awesome. Okay. Well, if you think of other things, I look forward to hearing from you. I forgot to turn off the record, I think, but that is real